How you acquire a sub 20-minute Radiance on Undying. Now, this build is not strictly restricted to Radiant. You can also do this on Dire. And this relies on stacking the Ancients and the Hard Camp simultaneously. And I'll go over that in a second. I want to preface this video by saying that my starting items are not the optimal starting items. And the optimal build would be a Blightstone and probably Orb of Venom. And I only go Orb of Venom Windlace because it's generally the best level 1 build. And it's like your peak strength for Undying. So we'll go into that later. But if you were to want to do this build efficiently and have a faster clear time, you would need Blightstone. And why the Blightstone is important, we'll cover that when I get to the clearing of the ancient camps in a second. So your general path can be whatever you want. I typically like the kind of backstab motion, get vision, early decays, because it can make a big difference. If you get 1 decay off and then get 2, it's generally a kill. Now, our lanes are really fucking terrible, and which is why we got wrecked this game. But imagine you had some off-lane hero that was like actually a core that was supposed to farm and contest, an anti-mage. We also had a really bad Wyvern versus a Puck. He just fed all game. So like the takeaway from this game is not us winning. Yeah, it's just simply the gold per minute on Undying as well as experience. So in the off lane starting phase, something that's really important is that you don't ward the easy camp. Because you want to steal this with your level 2 tombstone when they go to pull. Additionally, you're going to want to put it in position where it hits both camps, because tombstone has a wide range. I'll show you that in a second. Your typical, laning phase, just deny hard, control, do what you can. Alright, so we're level 2. This guy was going for a stack, right? Now, you always want to stack this camp at the 2-minute mark, or 154. Because tombstone usually can clear it as long as you pull the camp out to here and then place tombstone, so that they have to run back with zombies accumulating, thus increasing your damage output. So generally they're going to pull at 2, if not at 1, or they'll go for the stack. So you have to kind of watch the support. If they go to pull at the 112 for a simple single pull, simply, I'm going to pause. What you would do is you simply place the tombstone like right here, or you can go walk here and you can tombstone uphill, and it'll still be in range of all these units while clearing this as well, and it'll be out of sight. So you'll have to watch basically what their support is doing, but also sometimes you won't have level 2. So sometimes you can take tombstone level 1 if you don't want to contest, because decay is really weak now. It's not as overpowered as it used to be. And yeah, so tombstone level 1 can really be good because you can steal the camps. And I'll show you how effective it is. The biggest thing you need to learn is that placing the tombstone is the biggest issue with the ability itself. Because if you place it too close, they're just going to kill it. But if you place it in a sweet spot between you and them, and you create enough gap, it generally forces them to back away, and they're not going to want to fight you. A little unknown fact is that zombies actually deal piercing damage, and what piercing damage does is increase damage to neutrals, which is why they deal so much damage to the neutral camps, and we'll go over that later with the ancients and the hard camp stacks. But which is also why I emphasized the Blightstone, because it really scales well with the pierce damage amplifier. And as you can see, you pretty much take all the units, or all the creeps. You can't really be stopped. And if they do try to kill your tombstone, just make sure you deny it. That's the big thing no one really does. And it's very simple. It's a very basic thing, but really no one goes out of the way to do it. And I take a lot of damage here, but the point of me taking damage is that my zombies accumulate, and then once they hit the 30%, they hit the death lust, and they pretty much finish the camp. The purpose of me tanking here is so that I can clear this camp, head to base, while I hit the stack timer. It was fortuitous that I hit level 3 because he backed away from the camps, so I was able to get solo XP. So it's not always going to be like that. You're always going to have to be on your toes and look for their aggression, so just pay attention. That's a risky move, but it pays off here, and I have just enough mana to do a Decay Soul Rip stack. Notice I don't take level 2 Tombstone here because you need Decay and Soul Rip to stack this camp. So it's more worthwhile to build up gold and XP by doing this rather than going for level 2 Tombstone, which really doesn't do a whole lot for you early on. And it's very simple to stack here. It's just a simple, Decay Soul Rip. And honestly, I think it would have been better to just die here. I would have just like bought out or something. I really don't know the build order for the whole Rush Radiance thing, because like the whole idea is you want to save as much gold as possible when you do a Radiance rush. So this isn't like fully optimized. I was kind of just going with the flow. And it was only because I hit my timing so well that I wanted to go for a Radiance. And the reason why Radiance is so good on Undying is because it gives you an AoE miss rate. So that when it comes down to team fights, people have a struggle to actually kill your Tombstone. And it's that 1 or 2 hits that misses that causes a big chain of effect. Also, it's just really good on Undying. It lets you farm, which he's really bad at. And with the increased damage on Decay, it makes you a farming machine. And it allows you to build items like Ion Booster, or Ion Disc, excuse me, which synergizes really well with Radiance. One of the reasons we lost this game is because my Spectre bought a Radiance as well. And yeah. So I should have a Blightstone here because it makes such a big deal against neutrals, especially with the Vulture lore, but I was also kind of just like, whatever, let's feel this game out, let's see what happens. And yeah, it's important that you stay in range of the Ancients when the lesser ones die, because they're not going to kill the big ones, obviously. So yeah, just kind of watch these for when they die and then scoot over for XP. But for the most part, you kind of want to tank the hard camps and accumulate 2 zombies and then pull back out. And then they'll tank the rest pretty much. Get them to 30%, you proc the Death Lust on your zombies, and they pretty much die. I'm only decaying so that I can get that slight damage increase. And even though I don't kill them all here, the important thing is I'm slowly killing them. Alright, and then I set up for the stack. I should have just enough mana. I don't think I get it. Oh, I do get it because I'm a legend. And then, yeah, the correct play, I thought this out a little too late, but yeah, is to actually deny yourself. You don't lose that much gold. And yeah, I lost 50 gold. But you save a bunch of time. It takes about 30 seconds to walk to base, and it takes about 15 seconds to regen full to health. So you end up saving time. You come back with the TP. And yeah. So from here, I don't remember actually what I buy this game, but I do know I was just like straight on the goal of rushing Radiance. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're like, but you're a useless piece of shit this whole time. Yes and no. In a real game, you'd have some kind of offlane who could like actually do things, and Zeus is not that type of hero. And Zeus also can't deny, so like it was just a really bad lane. So yeah, Animage is a big counter to Undying. So my theory was that it's just better to go for like a greedy build and try to go for the mid game win, as opposed to like just chilling in a lane where I want to harass Animage, but he's just going to hit me with mana burn, which just completely nullifies my hero and just makes me so useless. So to me, this was just like the most beneficial play. And as you can see, I did this one correctly here. Is you pull them out, then Tombstone, because they'll get slowed, run to the camp, they're not attacking, and the zombies can correctly accumulate. If I did have Blightstone, I would tab target everything, hit each unit, negative their armor, and I would actually speed up the clearing, and I would actually clear these camps faster, but I think it works out fine based on the cooldown of your Tombstone. Now, as you can see, I think I missed some XP here on the Ancients on accident. Okay, no. It didn't actually clear, but I cleared the hard camp with enough time for my next ancient stuff. And yeah, you pretty much just kind of hover here. But 6 minutes 50 seconds. I'm level 5. My mid's level 6. They're mid 7. My top's 5. Like, so I'm doing pretty damn great, considering everything. My mid's feeding continuously. This guy's terrible. Oh, I'll pick Winter Wyvern mid, they said. Anyway. Catch another stack. And then with level 5 Tombstone, it's super strong because the rate of zombies is spawning is way lower, and it pretty much always always clears your stacks. So you can see I'm eyeing the Midas, but I'm at this point, I'm like, dang, I'm actually really far ahead. I can actually kind of get away with something here. And the best part, too, about this strategy is that you can get all your 7-minute items instantly for your team, and they never have to clear the jungle. And I'll show you. So that's like the one perk. And I missed a little bit of hard cam XP, I think, but that's okay. The Anxious is more beneficial. And yeah, you get all your items out really early, which is kind of a big deal, especially if you get Shovel or, you know, Ocean Heart, Arcane Ring, Bramble Vest, or Chip Vest, excuse me. And I send a Clarity out here just because I want to stay out and just clear, you know, I can clear these stacks with just Tombstone. And I pull these out to do that. And I just pop my ultimate because I know the damage increase can just clear everything, so I just go ahead and do that. Make sure you get the XP, come back over. This guy shouldn't be sapping XP like that, but it's okay. I missed his stack because I think he like distracted me or something, but it's okay. So 3,400 gold, 10 minutes in, right? That's not fucking bad. Now, mind you, I don't have to go Radiance here. My highest win rate build, if you don't know it, on Dirge or Undying, is actually Rush Locket. Locket's fucking insane on this hero because it allows Soul Rip to heal for like 800 once you get your talent. Like 850, I think. It's absolutely bonkers. And it builds into mech, which costs like no mana now. And if you never want to lose a game with Undying, the best build is Rush Mana Boots, disassemble to Locket, and to Rush Mech. You don't even need Guardian Greaves. The mech alone is just a flat like 300 heal with Locket, and it's just utterly insane. So I could literally have a 10-minute Locket here, and I could just run around and kind of just fucking face roll people. But if you want to go a max Rush Locket, it's important that you max Soul Rip over Decay secondary, so you have those big heals available. And pretty much from here on out, you understand the gist of this build. I pretty much just live at this camp. Now, I did make a few mistakes this game by just dying to like a solo puck, because I didn't realize how fucking farmed he was. Like, I didn't realize how bad it was, rather. And what I'm doing here is, if you're playing against Animage, it's no fucking mystery that they're gonna stack camps for their guys, right? So it only makes sense that as Undying, you're really good at stealing stacks early on. So you want to smoke if you know their team is stacking into their jungle and steal their early stacks. It's going to put you ahead, it's going to shit on them, they're going to get demoralized, and yeah. So I think he just sees me with that tree line there because it's daytime. But I kind of scout out, check that there's only a few stacks, and I decided just to clear those. And a play like this can really steer the game in your favor if they were actually stacking. But yeah, just some vigilant play. Yeah, end up getting a kill because he wanted to protect the stacks, but I mean, what are you gonna do against Undying? So, all right, so 12-minute relic, right? That's pretty damn good. Pretty fucking damn good. And I think I could have maybe carried this game if I played a little bit more safe and didn't just run out and die to puck, but You know, I just didn't think Puck could be like killing me every step of the game. And he had like a fucking like 20-minute Deso Witchblade. It was bad. It was real bad. I'm not blaming my mid. I'm just saying it was. I underestimated how fed their mid actually was. Wow, I actually end up having a 15 fucking minute Radiance. I thought it was like an 18-minute Radiance. That's actually really impressive. They might actually nerf this shit. They ended up nerfing my refresher pool strategy, so I wouldn't be surprised if they kill this strategy as well. Now, mind you, if people found out about this strategy, they would just Warrior Ancients, hard camp, and steal your stacks, right? But like I said earlier, it's really hard to steal stacks against Tombstone. You can't really contest stack stealing. This Wyvern manages to fuck up the combo. He's a really good player. I dropped the BM pause. I'm sorry I had to. Okay. Okay, you would have done the same thing in my position. Alright. But 15 minutes in, I got a fucking chipped vest and a Radiance. In hindsight, the correct item build would be Blade Mail following Radiance. But I think I went some shit build. I think I went Locket, actually. Let's skip ahead. I went Radiance. I went Tranquils? What the fuck? What was I thinking? Alright, that's bad. Alright, I went Tranquils into Blade Mail. Okay, that's not terrible, but I think I just lacked stats early on. But I think what I should have done is actually just gone Phase Boots, actually. Because if you go Radiance, you want to be able to walk around the map. You don't want to go Radiance Boost of Travel, because then you're too invested into gold like farming items, and then you're just absolutely useless in team fights. So I think the correct play was actually Phase Boots, so I can get around the map, but also have big armor early on, and have the option to kill that fucking Puck. Because he was just doing so much damage, or at least resist his killing power. So yeah, like if you're gonna go into this Radiance build, kind of go like maybe Blade Mail. Aeon Disc is very good, obviously. I probably should have done that. But yeah, you can kind of go into anything. Like I said earlier, the best build if you don't want to lose, if you want to do this jungle strat and high eco, and then just go into an early locket, you really can't lose, honest to God. Or you could just do an Aghanims rush. I mean, I had 4K gold 12 minutes in the game, so I mean, you can come out with a 12-minute Aghanims, and what are they gonna do? Like this, look at NMH has how much strength to this guy? This guy's got 50 strength. All right, 4 decays. This guy's down to like 600 health. Now, mind you, they had a lot of silences and stuff, but this build's pretty flexible. I like the Radiance Rush because of the decay farming. That's just me, and I think that it's just overall really good on Undying, just because of how Tombstone operates. Now watch, he's got a fucking double damage. Oh my god, this fucking hero. I'm so over it. This guy shielded himself. Not sure why I did that, but that's not why I died. I broke the coil like an idiot. And yeah, fuck Puck. Puck players are shitty. Anyway, that about sums up this build. You can extrapolate whatever you want from it. You can possibly improve upon the method. I don't really think you can improve upon this build in terms of farming efficiency other than the Blightstone early on. And you could probably just do an early Orb of Corrosion to jump your health up. And that's probably the best build. It's just an early Orb of Corrosion. But yeah, like I said, your options are Locket, Quick Ags, Rush Radiance. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Hope you have fun trying this build out. I hope you don't get it banned and removed from Dota. But yeah, Godspeed, Redditors.